Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm so sorry that I could not upload any video in the past few days due to some technical problem. But today I wanted to show you the game between the two legends and also the ex-world champion Viswanathan Anand and the Vladimir Kramnik. This game took place in No Castling World Master 2021. No Castling chess variant was first introduced by Vladimir Kramnik, where no castle can be done in the entire game but all the chess rules are applied. The goal of this variant was to minimize draw, no opening theories works, as well as decisive results will happen where audience will enjoy the game. And this tournament has four classical rounds and the first round took place like 3 days back. So let's move to the game. So it's white is played by the Anand as well as black is played by the Kramnik. So the game starts with c4, c5, knight f3, a6, e3, d5, d4, knight f6, knight c3. This is a semi-terrace variation of the queen's gambit declined. All this move has played a lot of time in the game. So a6 from the Kramnik, dc5, bishop c5, and Anand played a3, trying to move his b4 pawn and just attacking this bishop. We're gaining a tempo and just trying to develop the bishop from bishop b2. So knight c6 from Kramnik, b4, bishop a7, retreating the bishop, bishop b2, h5. Now this is the engine move, as Kramnik introduced the no castle variant, so he knew he has all prepared for this game, where he would just want to try to push h4 and maybe the idea of rook development from the s6 and g6, as you know that castle cannot be done. So Anand played queen c2, h4, going with the plan. Now Anand replied with rook d1, trying to put some pressure with the d5 pawn and also pinning the queen. King f8, coming out of the center, rook g1. Anand wants to play g4, g5, where even if he takes the end pattern of g3, then he will just take with the g3, and again the same plan goes like g3 and g4. So knight e7 from Kramnik. Now g4 and g3, bishop d7. The only piece left to develop from the black side, g4. Queen c7, attacking the pawn on c4 as dc4, and the queen is also attacking the c4 pawn, but white is only protecting the pawn with y once. So first of all Anand played g5, making the knight to push back. Now queen d3, where the c4 pawn is protected twice from the queen and the bishop c6. Now Anand took the pawn on dc5, ed5. Now you can see this is the isolated pawn. So Anand played knight e2, thinking of the knight d4 and outpost on the knight, where in the end game white will have a slight advantage of the isolated pawn. But Kramnik replied with queen b5 immediately, and Anand just retreated his queen to b1. Knight g6 happens. Now after the white move, white was gaining some material, that was knight c3. Now you can see the d5 pawn is attacked twice from the rook and the knight. Also the bishop is attacked twice from knight and the bishop. So having no option, Kramnik just took bishop takes bishop, rook takes, and try to defend the d5 pawn from rook d8, but the pawn was falling because of the knight and the rook double attack. Sorry. Okay, so in game rook d5, rook takes d5, knight takes d5, and rook s3, trying to attack the knight. So Anand bring the queen to e4, protecting the knight and also bringing the queen on the center. No, sorry. First of all, knights after queen d7 was played. So knight c3, then rook s3, then queen e4. Same, trying to protect the knight and bringing the queen on e4. So knight d6, queen d5, again trying to protect this knight and again pinning the queen. So king g8. At this moment white was in the driver's seat. It's white to play and find the best move. You can pause the video for a few seconds. So yes, the knight e4 was played. Now see, you can see that knight cannot take knight because of the queen is taking queen because of the pin, and knight is hanging, so he just take rook f3, knight takes knight. Now again queen is hitting the rook, so Kramnik replied with queen s3. Now there is a threat from black. Let's say if white is careless and just take knight takes b7, then Kramnik will just take bishop e3, and black is having a very good position where f takes e3 is not working because of the queen check. So seeing this, just Anand retreat his knight to c4 and just protecting the pawn on e3. So after this, black played queen g2, and Anand just give a check from d8, king s7, and queen a8. Now the bishop is paralyzed, no move for bishop, like bishop b6, knight is taking, bishop c5, pawn is taking, and bishop d4, again either bishop or pawn is taking. So this bishop is trapped. So Kramnik come up with the idea of knight f4. Now again you can't take this because of bishop f2, where if king e2, then bishop d4, and just losing the game on this spot. Also, after knight f4 takes, bishop takes, and king d1 is also not working because of the queen f1 check, check, and again bishop check, knight takes, queen check, like any move, it's just resigning from the white. So seeing this, Anand just took the queen takes a7, where Kramnik replied with knight d3 check, king e2, knight f2, giving the threat of knight check and just taking this. But Anand being Anand, he just make a move rook g1, the deadly move, where now the queen is attacked from the rook, even though the rook is not protected. Like if you take queen takes queen, the king is taking this, and again queen cannot retreat this, again the same thing will happen. So Kramnik just took queen g1, but instead of taking this on the spot, white played, that is Anand played queen d4, giving a mate threat and bringing the piece to the center, and black was hopeless. Just there was only move to protect, that was queen takes g5. Now king takes f3 happens, and now you can see in this position white is completely in winning position, where white is one power up. But the game continues. Knight s3, knight d6, knight g1 check, king f2, knight s3 check. Now Anand will just run his king like this to the king's safer place. So king e1, queen g3 check, king d1, f6. f6 was played because you can see the queen is overloaded to protect the g7, as there is always a checkmate if the black plays queen anywhere. So f6 was played, making an idea that now the queen can go anywhere. So queen e4 check. Now you can see the maneuver of the Anand queen. King h8, queen e8 check, king s7, queen h5 check, king g8, queen f7, king h8, queen h5 check, king g8, and now queen d5 check, where king h8 was played, and finally knight takes b7 happens. Now queen e3, knight c5, trying to attack the a6 pawn, then knight f2 check, king c2, queen e2 check. Black is already hopeless, like his power down, but still Kramnik was playing. King b3, a5, b takes f5, queen check. Now you can see the king is more safer before, and queen takes a5. Now in this position, again Anand surprised and have a deadly move. Pause the video for a few seconds and try to find out the move. So the move is bishop f6. Now you can't take g f6 because of queen check. Like if he moves to king g7, then knight check, and he's just getting a queen. So this was not possible. So after queen h5, king g8, queen g6 check, either king f h8 or king f8. He's just getting okay, like takes and just takes, and now it's completely winning position, and also the pawn knight is protected from the queen. So seeing this move after bishop f6, Kramnik replied with queen e1. Then bishop b2, just retreating the bishop from the Anand. Knight d1. Now it was just a matter of time, like queen check, king s7, queen e4 check, and just exchanging the queen, and white is winning the game. But the game continues. King g6. Now here comes the bishop d4. Now the black is completely paralyzed because knight has no square, because all is protected from the bishop. Kramnik replied with king f5, knight c5, g5, a4, g4, a5, g3, a6. As you see, this square is protected by bishop. He cannot make a pawn promotion. g2. Now king b3 was played. If, see, the pawn cannot promote because of bishop. What happens if a7 was played? There was a good move like knight, the only you can say the move for Kramnik if Anand falls in the trap, like knight check. Now you cannot take because the queen is coming. So if he moves like king b3, again knight threat, taking this, and if he gets queen, knight check, and just queen check, and it might be in a draw. But seeing this, after g2, king b3 was played, giving no chance to Kramnik. After g2, king b3, king f4, a7, knight e3, and just knight e6 check. And at this point, Kramnik resigned. Like if king e4, just there is a queen check, and any move just takes and winning the game. Or even like king f3, again the same thing, check, and again bishop takes and winning the game. So after knight e6, here Kramnik resigned. And this was the first match from the No Castling World Master 2021 where Anand was victorious. I hope you enjoyed this video. So before ending the video, it's a puzzle time. So let's move to the puzzle. So here it's white to play and mate in 2 move. There is a brilliant move from the white side. So if you can find the answer, please comment down the answer. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to see more video, you can see in the screen of the previous video. Thank you so much. Take care. Goodbye. Till then.